Following on our last lesson on the bop scales, which was entitled Don't Waste Your Time Practicing the Modes, we're going to do a practical application here, and we're going to play a standard, Autumn Leaves, with just 2 of the bop scales. This is one of the first lessons in my Artist Works video lessons series. Once we get into the bop scales, because you can play with just 2 of them. Autumn Leaves, C minor, F7, B flat major 7, E flat major 7, A minor 7 flat 5, D7 altered, maybe G minor major 7. And the way it works, we're going to use an F7 bop scale and a B flat major bop scale. And it goes like this. And if we look at the notes that these things are putting on the beat, the F7 bop scale, F, A, C, E flat, F, A, C, E flat, F, A, E, C flat, F. The F7 bop scale is just an F mixolydian scale, as you might call it if you're used to modes, but with the addition of the passing tone of an E between the E flat and the F. The B flat is just a B flat major scale with the addition of the passing tone of an F sharp in there, making it into a 8-note scale. And on the beat with that one, B flat D, F G, B flat D, F G, B flat D, F G, on up. So that one outlines kind of a B flat major 6 chord or G minor 7 chord on the beat. So looking at it, the F7 bop scale over the C minor, which is my go-to choice on my way down anyway. So basically, every 2 chords we're changing between these bop scales. The F7 bop scale for the C minor, and the F7, the B flat major bop scale for the B flat, and the E flat works great on there because this is actually an E flat major 7 sharp 11. Back to the F7 for the A minor 7 flat 5. This isn't a perfect fit, but it works okay. Stay on the F7 for the D7. Back to the B flat major here. There's going to be a sheet for both for the solo that I take, which I'm going to annotate and show where the bop scales are. There's going to be a couple approach patterns in there as well. That's going to be my next lesson, which is, I think, is probably the most useful element in the jazz toolbox. But you'll be able to see kind of where these are, you know, identify kind of what they sound like. And it's, for lack of a better way to put it, it sounds right. I don't want to use the word correct because jazz is much more fluid than that. But have a listen to this. I'm going to put a sheet with the F7 bop scale and the B flat major 7 bop scale, then a transcription of the solo. It'll be a free download available on my Patreon page, which is linked down below, or you can just get onto Patreon and type in George Whitty. Let's play a little bit. Okay, there's a lot of scales in that. I'm trying to illustrate the sound of scales, starting on different degrees and so forth, so that you get a flavor for what these things sound like. But it sounds like classic bebop. You know, I always tell people there's even a bop scale in the first bar of Donna Lee, the classic Charlie Parker song. So if you ever wondered what that E is doing in there, that is part of an A-flat major bop scale. These things go way back. I don't know if somebody was codifying this. The first person that I'm aware of who was teaching it was Barry Harris. But you get the idea that everything I played was well in sync with the harmony. And so, you know, that and a little bit of approach patterns. And you can make a really nice solo on this thing and blow for quite a long time. I mean, I'm going to do a lesson where I'm going to play a song only with approach patterns. Probably play an F blues with that. And just as a quick preview of that lesson, here's a line made up entirely of approach patterns. All of that, with the exception of the last little bit, this whole thing, there's an approach pattern, there's one, there's one, there's one. I think that's all four of them. That's a classic bebop line that's all made up of approach patterns. I put a couple of them in the playing I did as my illustration on Autumn Leaves just to help turn the lines around, which is one thing the approach patterns are great with. But download the solo. I'm going to annotate it, like I say, with what scales I'm using where, highlight a couple approach patterns, and then there will be a sheet with the F7 bop scale and the B flat major bop scale on it. And I'll see you for the next lesson, which is probably going to be those approach patterns.
Let's play another. Yeah. That was a good one.